Hey, what's up you guys? Today is day 4 of Yellowfang's week. And the scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Yellowfang being exiled from Shadow Clan after a terrible setup. It makes the clan think that Yellowfang killed 2 kits, Marigold Kit and Mint Kit. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 484 through 492 of Yellowfang's Secret.
Yellowfang hurried out of camp and picked up the trail to the night patrol. The cloud cover had thickened, and the moon was scarcely visible. It was hard going through the trees and undergrowth, and Yellowfang concentrated so as not to lose the scent of the kits. Then she heard the bark of a fox. Somewhere up ahead, and quickened her pace. I hope it hasn't found the kits. Another harsh tang mixed with the traces of the night patrol. Yellowfang's heart started to pound, and she broke into a run. Her nostrils flared with the scent of blood. The night patrol had reported no skirmishes on any of the boundaries. Yet somewhere, a cat was badly hurt. Yellowfang's fur stood on end as her instincts pricked with alarm. Something is terribly wrong. She burst through the line of trees and stumbled to a halt in the small clearing. Panting hard, she gazed around and saw a thin shaft of starlight breaking through the branches. It rested on 2 tiny heaps of fur, as still as rocks in the cold air. One a tortoiseshell, one gray, both ripped apart by the jaws of some cruel creature who could not even be bothered to stay and eat their prey. Oh no, StarClan! Not even you could be this cruel! Yellowfang bounded across the clearing to where the little bodies lay, their blood splattering the ferns. She bent over them, desperately checking for signs of life, and opened herself up to their pain, in hopes that it would prove that they were still alive. She was too distraught to be sure if she could feel the flicker that would tell her that there was still hope. Desperately summoning her medicine cat skills, Yellowfang looked around for anything nearby that she could use to treat them or pat their wounds. But the clearing was barren. No sign of a scrap of cobweb or a marigold leaf. Clinging to the last traces of hope, Yellowfang curled her body around the kits, licking their still warm fur. Come on, little ones. Live! Crashing paw steps disturbed her, followed by a ghastly wail. Oh no! Yellowfang looked up to see Brightflower standing on the other side of the clearing, staring in horror. Broken Star was just behind her. What happened? Broken Star demanded. I found them like this, Yellowfang replied, her voice shaking. It must have been a fox. Broken Star sniffed the air. I don't smell any fox. It was here, Yellowfang insisted. I heard it just before I found them. Brightflower padded forward and gazed down at the 2 tiny shapes. My babies! My babies! Yellowfang stared at Broken Star. You need to look for the fox! It could be close by! Yellowfang, I only pick up your scent. Broken Star meowed quietly. Come back to camp with me. What about the fox? There is no fox here, Broken Star growled. Come. Dazed, Yellowfang rose to her paws. Her fur was sticky with blood, and her mouth was full of the taste of death. I'll carry one of the kits, she meowed. No, Broken Star ordered. I'll send a warrior to bring them. Brightflower, you wait here. Brightflower took Yellowfang's place and folded her body around her kits. She didn't look up at Yellowfang or Broken Star as they left the clearing. Broken Star padded beside Yellowfang as they returned to camp. The moon was settling by the time they reached the clearing. The sky was gray with clouds, and there was a tang of rain in the air. All the cats were out of their dens, busily searching for the kits. Boulder was the first to notice Yellowfang, and halted, staring at her. Gradually, the other cats realized that she had returned, and stopped what they were doing, until Yellowfang felt the gaze of every cat in the clan fixed on her. She could read shock in their eyes, and a flicker of unease joined for the grief she felt for Mint Kit and Marigold Kit. Russet fur! Frogtail! Broken Star's voice cut into the silence as he beckoned with his tail. Follow our scent trail, and bring Brightflower and the kits back to camp. He waited until the two warriors had left, and then crossed to the foot of the clan rock, jerking his clan to Yellowfang to follow him. "Come closer," he ordered to the clan, as if he was too distressed to leap onto the rock and summon for them formally. As the clan gathered, silent and apprehensive, Running Nose bounded across to Yellowfang from the medicine cat's den. "Are you hurt?" he gasped. "All this blood." "It's not my blood," Yellowfang choked out, as if telling him would make the terrible truth more real. It's the kids." A stunned murmur rose up from the clan, and Brackenfoot stepped forward, his eyes huge with fear. "Tell me what happened." I found them in the clearing," Yellowfang began. Brokenstar cut her off with a lash of his tail. "Yellowfang went to look for the kids after Brightflower told her they were missing," he announced. "When I found her, she was with the kits, but they were both dead." Yellowfang claimed they had been attacked by a fox. "A fox?" Newtspeck exclaimed, her eyes wide with fear. "In our territory? It could kill us all!" "We'll have to send out a patrol to track it," Blackfoot meowed. More fearful cries came from the clan, but Brokenstar silenced them with a flick of his tail. "I found no trace of a fox anywhere near the kits." "Then how did they die?" Stumpytail asked. "Yes, how?" Deerfoot echoed. "We have to know!" Brokenstar took a step away from Yellowfang. "Only one cat knows the truth," he meowed softly. Brackenfoot stared at his daughter in horror. "Did you kill them?" he whispered. Of course not!" Yellowfang shrieked. In her worst nightmares, she could never have imagined her own father accusing her of something so terrible. "They were dead when I found them." "We have no reason to believe that Yellowfang killed them," Brokenstar put in. "Why would she?" "She's been under a lot of strain recently, with all the battles," Wolfstep pointed out. "And she said she didn't want to treat my scratch because it was a waste of herbs," Dawnpaw added with an indignant flourish of her tail. "Yes, she hasn't been herself lately," Tanglebur meowed. "I asked her about a pain in my belly, and she practically bit my ear off. Then she gave you a Jupiter berry to take the pain away," Running Nose reminded her. But no cat seemed to be listening. "She acts like the whole clan's a nuisance," Cinderfur sniffed. Newtspeck stepped forward with a furious hiss. "Are you seriously suggesting that Yellowfang would kill our own kits so that she wouldn't have to treat their injuries later on?" There was a deafening silence as Yellowfang waited for her clanmates to realize that Newtspeck was speaking sense. It was broken by a wail from Brightflower, who had just entered the camp. Russetfur and Frogtail followed, each carrying a pitiful broken scrap of fur. Brightflower lunged at Yellowfang with a snarl. "Did you kill my kits?" Yellowfang was frozen to the spot with horror. Before she could react, Running Nose leapt in front of her. "Don't be ridiculous, Brightflower," he growled. Brokenstar held up his tail for silence. "We will never know what happened tonight," he meowed, his voice cracking with sorrow. "All we know is that these two young kids, two promising warriors, are dead, and that Yellowfang was with them. Yellowfang, as our medicine cat, there must have been something that you could have done." I tried, but..." Yellowfang began to protest. Brokenstar ignored her. "Russetfur," he continued, "is there any evidence that she treated their wounds?" Reluctantly, Russetfur shook her head. "No, Brokenstar." "They were dead when I found them!" Yellowfang exclaimed. Her head was whirling. She couldn't believe this was happening to her. That any cat would take these crazy accusations seriously. "Frogtail, were their bodies cold?" Brokenstar went on. Frogtail ducked his head. "Well, no." Yowls of shock and hatred rose from the clan. Rowanberry and Nutwhisker both pushed through the cloud to stand beside Yellowfang, along with Running Nose and Newtspeck. But their protest went unheard. Yellowfang knew that there was too much suspicion, too much grief over these latest deaths to expect a rational response from her clanmates. "Yellowfang, you cannot stay here. For your own safety, you must leave." You mean join the elders? Yellowfang stammered. No. Broken Star curled his lip, showing a hint of sharp yellow teeth. I cannot protect you within this territory after what has happened. Your clanmates are too angry over these deaths. You have to understand that I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I must banish you from Shadow Clan. At his words, everything became clear to Yellowfang. As clear as spring water gurgling from the rock. She had threatened to speak with Star Clan about what Broken Star was doing. Get him stripped of his leadership and his 9 lives. This was his way of making sure that never happened. She had made herself a problem, and he was solving it. Yellowfang took a deep breath. Broken Star had scared this clan into silence for too long. Fury overwhelmed her fear. If she held her tongue any longer, she betrayed all of her clanmates, including the memory of the dead kits. This is exactly what you wanted, she hissed. You couldn't have known those kits would die. This is your perfect opportunity to get rid of me. I am the Shadow Clan Medicine Cat. This is where I belong. Blackfoot stepped forward. Not anymore, Yellowfang. Come, I'll escort you to the border. He reached out his tail to rest it on her shoulder, but Yellowfang batted it away. Get off me, she snapped. I'll find my own way.
During Broken Stars Week, I was confused on the stark differences between Into the Wild and Yellowfang's Secret about the events of the deaths of these 2 kits. In Into the Wild, Yellowfang knows that Broken Star killed the kits. But in Yellowfang's Secret, it appears that it was a fox who ended them? Yeah, it's confusing. But I think now, after all my research, I've cracked the mystery. Or at least made it a little more clear what could have been happening, with the logic behind writing it like that. In Yellowfang's Secret, Yellowfang says to Broken Star that it was a fox who attacked the kits. But he quickly dismisses these claims in front of Brightflower. This didn't make sense to me, because if it was him that killed the kits, wouldn't he want the suspicion thrown elsewhere? Or if he didn't kill them, wouldn't he at least want to know the truth? But perhaps he knew better. He did kill the kits. We don't know if he was training them too hard or just outright killed them to frame Yellowfang, but he dismissed the foxes. And I think that's because he knew that if the clan followed that lead, it would get them nowhere. And he wanted to keep the focus on Yellowfang while the emotions were high, so that he could get her exiled or killed. That would be even better. Because right now she was standing in his way of being totally evil and doing everything that he wanted to do as leader. Giving him guilt trips every time he said he wanted to do something super duper evil. But I'd love to hear in the comment section down below if you think I'm right with this theory. For the longest time I was super confused on why they even mentioned foxes in Yellowfang's Secret. And it really made me question who truly killed the kits, even though we know for sure it was Broken Star. But I'm like, why did they bring up foxes? What? Poor Mint Kit and Marigold Kit. Yellowfang's little siblings. It makes me wonder, why would her mother believe that she would kill her own little siblings? That's pretty messed up, right? Did they think she was jealous or something? I don't understand why they would think she would kill her own siblings. Let me know what you think down below. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's drawing and theory. Make sure to check out the video on the side of our last speed paint. And click that subscribe button and little bell icon so that you can always be notified when we upload, so that you can be part of #EarlyClan. Down below in the description will be links to our eBay and Etsy stores, where cool merch items are available for purchase. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon for the next speed paint. Bye-bye!